The teacher's role in an online course. If on the one hand online courses were becoming more popular, on the other hand nothing had forced students and teachers to move to this modality as the pandemic this year has done. Due to this sudden move from classroom to internet classes, there is a growing concern about online courses. Surely the center of this discussion are the students and how we as teachers can guarantee that they will learn. Thus, our role in online courses is highly important and the topic of this video. In an environment where teachers cannot control nor supervise the students' attention and behavior like in the classroom, her role is to become a mentor, so much more like a spiritual guide during the process of learning. In order to achieve this goal, the teacher should make the best of her knowledge on the technology while using the very same tools she or he has developed during the regular courses. The concern of which is our role as teachers and which are the tools that we should develop during online courses is a growing concern, but it is not a new one. For technology has been around us long enough as to understand we should have it by our side when it comes to education. This was what Sir Ken Robinson tried to defend when he gave his conference at RSA on changing education paradigms. In this conference, he discusses how students' attention is every time shorter and harder to get due to the lack of stimulation that conventional education systems represent in comparison with more stimulating like technology. It is pretty obvious, for now children are growing up surrounded by video games and social media. The latest example we can think about is TikTok, videos of around 30 seconds. This is our latest reference on how students are used to quick and easy information. Pretending to have students sitting down, writing, and repeating was already a problem when the course was given in a classroom. Now that the only way to give the course is through a computer, teachers should start considering technology as an ally. Let us not be afraid of it. Instead, make of knowledge something students will find while scrolling on Instagram, on a podcast on Spotify. Make of education something striking. An essay by Anna Thomas Quinn stated that there is no doubt that new technologies, including synchronous and asynchronous conferencing tools, provide invaluable opportunities for language learners to practice the language. But the key is how to enable learners and teachers to make the most of these tools and support them as they acquire the necessary literacies and skills. What Thomas Quinn stated here is no more obvious. When the pandemic forced us all to stay home and start learning and studying from here, we realized how poor our management on technology was. We realized we were missing the whiteboard, the notebooks, the flashcards, but we were not noticing that we can replace all of them with PowerPoints or even funnier slides, Kahoots, and many other apps. No one was born knowing everything about technology, and it is like everything else we do day by day. Practice makes perfect, and the more time we, the teachers, spend exploring apps and websites that might be useful for our course, the more our students will benefit from it. Leaving beside the use of technology, teachers have the tools to give a great course for the same instructional strategy you've learned from a lived classroom, setting the goals of the course, describing specific objectives, defining the required tasks, creating relevant assignments, applies online, and this is a quote. Planning a lesson, staging activities, managing the group in teams, having aims and goals in a class is possible online. We will as well make use of a voice and intonation. These cameras allow us to show some non-verbal language. Right now, it represents for us a challenge because we are not used to it. But in a few years, this might be the standard of a class. We will no longer be intimidated by the computer or the camera. Some years back, it was crazy to think the school would be no longer the center of the education. This time, it is all on the students, and we, the teachers, have the responsibility to work as guides in the process of learning. Now that technology is our ally, we can stop prohibiting the use of cell phones during the course, and instead we might encourage it so that the student understands that the opportunity of learning something new or practicing and acquired knowledge is not limited to a classroom. Here is some bibliography in case you are more interested in the topic, and it is in which I based today's video. Thank you so much for watching.